Alright guys, second game of the evening. Just sat there and watched the Anthem from Argentina. Bit of passion in that one. Now we have got the Aussie national anthem being sung in two languages for a change. And yes. Nice food takeaways. I do have a second bottle of Vailima ready to go. If anyone asks during the stream, you can let them know I am drinking Vailima. Taste of Samoa. 6.7% alcohol, 750 mils. The reason I say this is because during the last stream I must have got asked at least 4 times. 4 times, what am I drinking? Vailima. Taste of Samoa. Cheers, everybody. How is it going? Who are you picking? Where you at? Bosty, Novmum, Flishin, Jesse, Grant. How is everybody doing? Bosty's predicting 94-0 to Argentina. They would take that.
Not me.
Ribsy, settle down on the Vailima. I know, man, that was a bit tongue-in-cheek, but people have a great deal of curiosity about the Vailima. Maybe it's the bottle size. I don't know. Daramundi is hoping for a Wallabies win. Likewise, Crazy, I've never heard that version of the Wallabies anthem either.
10 points. Wallabies.
Previous game Flesham was pretty decent, yeah. Yeah, some good magic tries, to be honest. Harith is hoping for a victory for the Wallabies. Jack Darby says Australia by 10. Aussie 57-0, his night food takeaways. Wallabies by 150, that would be quite the results. 11J said, Jonathan, man, I'm pretty good. I think I've picked the Wallabies by something similar to you. You're saying Wallabies 15. Novmum's picked the Wallabies to win. Not too worried. Can't see either team even getting a bonus point. That's right. Taramundi says, first time that version of the anthem's been sung. If there was a World Player of the Year for 2020, who would get it? Maybe Dupont from France. He had a pretty good year, didn't he? Player of the Six Nations. He's looked the business. Who else has been good? Let me think about it. Elran says, welcome back, Mark and Gaza. And my mum is also here as well, aren't you?
I am.
There you go.
G'day, guys.
Who have you got for this one, Mama?
I would probably pick Australia.
By...
I think it'd be fairly close.
Fairly close. Are we talking 7 points or less?
Probably.
Okay, there you go. There you have it. That Vailima looked like it would kick you in the head. Argentina by 5. It's a strong drink, I gotta admit. I have to pace myself with the Vailima. Go Southland Stags for 2021. Bad Karma. Is your other name Mr. Highland? Because he's also something of a Stags fan. Thoughts on the Pumas jersey tonight? Gaza was just saying it looks like the Ponsonby Club Rugby jersey from here in Auckland. It looks alright. I think it looks better than the old.
Yeah, it does. Looks good.
Looks better than the old one. John has got Delgi for the first try. He won $190 picking Trask for the first try in the last game. He's got Delgi for the first try in this one. Jose says Pumas to win by 1. Let us see, man.
That would make an exciting game, wouldn't it?
No collar on this jersey, mate. You are correct. I like the Pumas black and blue hoop socks, says Ribsy. Come on, Argentina, says Maliki. The jersey I can take or leave. What about the Wallabies one, mate? Big V8 show, welcome back. We're having a scrum reset. We're a minute in. Aussies are wearing their Cook Island jerseys. Is Pablo Bentera playing or not? He is not. Petty and Socino, none of them are playing in this one. Dalmundi prefers the other one with the collar for Argentina. Likewise, but I don't mind this one. Morning, David. How's things in the UK, man? France versus South Africa. It does have a little bit of that look to it. Love your content. Following a couple of years. Love the deep insight. Keep doing your thing. Happy to hear it, man. Cheers to you. The Wallabies are in the Pumas 22. But it looks like Bruni just picked up and dumped. Was that Nick Wyatt?
Yep. Sure is. Got him back about 3 metres.
Thought you said the Stags were going to finish 7th, but they finished 5th. What happened? You prefer the Wallabies jersey I'm wearing compared to that one? Yeah, I agree. I still don't mind that one. Yeah, the Stags had a good season. What can I say? First to admit it.
Thanks to Tony Lambourne.
Yeah. Morning, Dwayne. How's it going, bro? Wallabies are almost 10 phases in, but they're going backwards. Argentina's campaign this year has been built on defence, despite the fact that they conceded 38 points last week. The All Blacks were pretty good. Oh, Pataya's just passed it to grass, which means they will go further backwards. TSN2 added this in Canada at the last minute. I turned on the recorder and off to sleep. All right, Hollywood, man, have a good one.
New Zealand referees have come back to all Aussies tonight.
Yeah. So much rugby today. Excited about the Bulls game. They're playing the Cheetahs, right? And the England game should be good. Hope France win that one. Wallabies by 101 points and to win the Tri-Nations. That would be paying quite a lot if you were to put a bet on.
No comment.
Nick White has gone up in my estimation this rugby championship. He was pretty average at Exeter.
Really?
I thought he was alright at Exeter, but I didn't watch anywhere near as much as you did, David. Right, Wallabies line out has struggled, but they've won that one. Back inside the Argentinian 22. They've had pretty much all the ball for the first 4 minutes. Wait till they give it to Hannigan and we'll see what happens. He's floating there. There he goes. Oh, he's past it. Good move. Almost intercepted by Delgey, and John would have been in for another $190, I'm sure, but not quite. Not quite with the intercept. O'Connor's carrying more than passing. Still early days. Maybe he's trying to put the defenders into the mind that he is going to carry, and then eventually he'll let loose with a pass. Corabetti is a tank, man. Somehow he still managed to get over the advantage line.
Defence is pretty good.
Defence is pretty good. That's 10 phases. They're still in the 22.
Is Hannigan?
Novmum says, anyone else think this year has gone by extremely fast? It means we're getting old, Novmum. But yes, I agree. And they've knocked it on. Good passage of play. Wallabies all the ball.
Oh, he got flattened.
With a bit.
Good D. Really. Good defence as usual. Indeed. Dwayne has just realised it was December. Yeah. Tim, man, you're back. Jack Goodhue's ex-mullet wants to know who is Gazza backing tonight.
The Wallabies by 10.
Wallabies by 10 points. Let's have a look at the stats. Wallabies, 94% possession and 98% territory. Goodness me. But it's all early days. Pumas have already made 20 tackles. Wallabies haven't had to make one.
She just kicked it. Wow, that's some kick.
And my kids have just over a week of school left. Well, I had to take my son to school for his first school visits this week and last week. So, yep, there you go. I'm getting old as well. Big hit, says George. Yeah, man. It's good stuff from the Argentinians early. I'd like to see them get some ball. Oh,
Man,
what
a
a
tackle by
hit.
number 7. Gee, they must be feeling that, man.
Yeah, Issa's playing 7.
Oh, he's a good player, that guy.
Yeah, he is. Usually plays 8, but he's a big unit.
I hate it when they do that.
Okay, Delgi's only paying 150 to win. No, to score 150 to get that first
Force it.
try. Love that smashed and bro on Hooper. Yeah, that was a noteworthy one.
Just gonna kick it down.
Hooper got effed up. Yeah, pretty much. Issa is a big unit, man. He's a good player. Like I said, usually plays number 8. They got him blindside this week, even though I think he's wearing number 7. Oh.
Oh, come on, Gardner, what are you doing?
In front of the kicker.
Throw it up, kick it.
Tim says, good morning, Gaza.
G'day, how are ya? And Mama 2 cents worth.
I think Hodgie is going to have a 50-metre shot at goal.
Yeah.
This is Hodge's range, yep. This is where Hodge loves it. Like, Hodge...
Oh no, they're going for touch.
Oh. Okay, he is going for touch. Bugger. Hodge prefers them further back. Yeah.
Oh, that's some tackle.
Boom. Hooper did well to get the ball back to his guys, to be honest. Looks like some rain. Yeah, it looks like it's been a bit wet.
Too high.
Yeah, Wilson with the dummy. He's never going to pass that one. Almost a turnover, but not quite. That's one huge tackle. Nothing beats a good tackle, yeah. Kakunayan, I'm going to call you something different every time because I forget the pronunciation. How are you, man? How's things on the Emerald Isle?
Gee, they're getting held up, aren't they?
Yep.
Hooper's all callous and dead nerves. He doesn't even feel those.
Oh,
Whoa, it's finally
Hunter.
somebody missed a tackle. Yeah.
Hunter. Well done.
Hopefully Moana Pacifica, we would have taken that back, can get into Super Rugby. I know Auckland's got a good island population. What they would also play in Suva, Apia and Tonga. I don't
2022.
know. I think they would be based in Auckland for financial reasons. I hope if they did play that they would get some players actually from the islands. 2 cents, what's the game time? Nathan, we are at 10 minutes, I believe. Wallabies must be going for that 100-point victory because they don't want the threes today. Working away as normal, considering applying for a working visa in Aussie. Why Australia? The pay's better in Australia than New Zealand, to be fair. How good was Folau Fakatava in that last game? Bloody good, man. He is the business. He needs a starting job. Grant says hit like everyone, which is something you should do. You should hit like. Go for the 90. Darramundi, you know you've been on my streams too long when you know they go for the 90. Whoa, a nice little set play from the Wallabies there, set move. But they've been turned over. Jeez, the Argentinian defence just keeps holding. Carreras did well to get it out. And they're going to take it quick. Here we go again. Kick and chase. Into touch. Decent kick, I guess. They only have 70 minutes to score the 101 points. Indeed. Because it's harder for New Zealand. I'm 28 and close to the maximum age limit, unfortunately, of 30. Oh, I never realised we were so tough. Anyone up for the sit-ups again? Yeah, Jesse actually sent me the video. He did the sit-ups. He sent me the video, the hyperlapse. Any likes over 200? I don't know if we'll get that many this time. We're only 100 people on the stream. Pablo says, Vamos Pumas. Not sure about the kick there, says Ribsy. If you're going to go for the quick line out, you maybe don't want to be kicking it when you got the broken play to run at. It's a fair point. This is oddly reminiscent of the last game these two teams played, where Wallabies had so much bloody ball and couldn't get much in the way of points.
Number 9 again. They should just take the shot.
We'll stick with 200, Jesse. We'll see how we go. Things will probably build throughout the game. We're still early days.
Not going to take the kick.
No, they're not going for any threes. Eventually, if they keep conceding penalties, the Argentinians will have to get warned for
Yeah, they'll get a yellow card.
for a yellow card. And you're right, Jim. The tempo is pretty high so far. Can the
He did
Argentinians?
that last game too.
Can the Argentinians do this for 80? I wouldn't bank on it, but you never know. Ooh, that maul's been brought down. They got advantage again. Oh, they've knocked it on, but back for the penalty. Here's the warning, I reckon. Surely, ref. Nah.
Not yet.
Here it is. Here it
Has
is.
to happen. They should know better than that.
Really think I should not have reinstated Matera as captain. I haven't followed it much since, but yeah, I did read that news as well. Yeah, okay, Jesse, man, sounds like a plan. We'll see how many sit-ups you got to do if we get above a certain marker. We're at 128 people. We were at 100 a few minutes ago, so 200 may be the marker. If people will drop some likes, we'll get Jesse doing some sit-ups. And if anyone wants to join him. Wonder if the Wallabies not taking the points will come back to bite them. If they've got all this possession, maybe, yeah, just build that scoreboard, eh?
Whoa,
Oh, Phillips knocked it on. Here we go. Get it to Delgi. He's running back in field. He's dodging tackles left, right, and centre. Goodness me. Took a while to bring him down, and Escuda's kick.
From there.
Escuda's kick, or is it Escuda? It's a bit of an average one. He might be the weak link in the Argentinian lineup.
I think so. Gee, hell, man.
Love the national anthem in the First People's language. So you think Dave Rennie a culture change? I don't know if he has the influence to do that kind of thing, but he might do. I know Dave Rennie is really big on getting in with the community stuff, so it might be. Oh, what's the TMO want? TMO's given Gus a call.
What's happened here?
Foul play, he just said.
What do we got? Oh, you got to watch the Ireland game, Kakunin. 5 black. Is that crema or is it?
Yeah, that's crema.
It's crema. Argentina 9 is such a weak link. I agree, Elleran. I wish they'd played Bertrando, to be honest. Oh my god, that could have kicked Leandro. Yes, man. Why is Bertrando on the bench?
Can't do that. Hit him with the elbow. That's a yellow card.
Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I think that might be yellow.
Might be. O'Connor is really low to the ground.
Oh, I think that's a yellow.
O'Connor kind of braces himself, doesn't he? He kind of leads with the shoulder, though. My initial reaction was, you see that a dozen times a game, but...
I don't think it was that bad.
Is it penalty?
Oh.
Yellow
Yellow
card.
card, yeah. He led with his elbow into the guy's head.
They're calling no wrap, start on the shoulder,
Can't
it goes
do that.
up. Yeah. Yellow card at most. I think you're right, Darmundi.
He's 10 minutes in the bin. He knows better than that.
You can't. Where it looks bad is the fact that he
Can't
seems to
lead with the
lead
elbow
with
into
the
the head.
shoulder. If he hit him in the head first, it would have been red, but it was shoulder to shoulder. But you need to just wrap, man. But O'Connor sees it coming and he braces himself like, oh shit.
You watch that, see?
Yeah. But yeah, my first reaction was it's probably the kind of thing you see every bloody game, but by the current rules, I suppose, yeah. O'Connor got himself in a terrible position. That's pretty much true. What are you doing over there? Watching some YouTube. Go to this guy 2 Cents Rugby and watch his videos and make sure you watch all the ads.
Do you think I should?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'll do that.
Good content.
Okay.
Finally going for the posts. When they finally have the man advantage to maybe press for the attack, they're like, bugger it, we'll just go posts.
He'll get this.
Interesting that Jock's not doing the kicking, but Dave Rooney did say prior that because he's only just come back from injury, he wasn't going to kick. Bloody hell, he always kicks it so high, but we're at 3-0. 3-0. Now Hodge visualises the goalposts are about 40 metres behind where they actually are. That's generally just what he does. You really are going to watch my videos and play the ads, huh?
I'm going to turn it down so that I don't have to hear it though. It'll be too confusing.
Ben, the time is at 16:15.
Watch the game.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am watching the game.
Will I be watching Fiji, Georgia? I will watch it delayed. I'll watch the replay. I won't watch it live, man. It's on like 1 in the morning. The yellow card was Crema. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. And it's raining pretty heavily at the ground as well. Yeah, I just find it surprising that they had so many opportunities to kick penalties and they opted every time for touch. And the moment they get a man advantage, they're like, now's the time to go for 3 points.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they don't want to not get points during that time, but it just seems like a strange one. Are you drinking the same beer? This is the second bottle of Vailima.
Didn't Didn't they do that last time?
Yeah, pretty much.
It was a bit crazy.
And Rando, yes, man. You got to do the plug-in. Pretty horrible weather over here right now. This is in Boffelli's range. It is, mate, but Sanchez has been kicking them from 50 as well. Tim, where's Big Will today? Tim, Big Will put out some tweet to say that some company hadn't paid him for the work that he did, and he was having to pay his own guys out of his own pocket. So I assume he is busy dealing with work stuff. Oh, post it over.
Wow.
This is what you get for not punishing them with the bloody yellow card. Yeah.
Right.
Feel that? I think he hit the post.
He did hit the post.
Yeah.
Bounced
And
over.
it went in.
And off.
Lucky.
Actually, he's a good player.
That's a great result for the Pumas, man. Man down. They've just killed a minute of the yellow card and they've equalled on the scoreboard despite having like 5% territory. Where did I get the Pumas rugby top? Somebody sent it to me, mate, but I have a feeling it ain't a legit one. Why did the Wallabies take the post during the yellow card, not before? That's the question I've been wondering as well, mate. Yeah, that was a great kick. The kick was 50 metres, in case I didn't say it and you guys didn't see it. 50 metres, and it goes in off the post. It's like a hell of a kick. Ned gets the ball at line-out time. And the Wallabies have knocked it on. Loose ball. Here goes Bruni.
Here goes.
Go, Bruni. Oh, he's knocked it on as well. Goodness me. There's madness. Madness. Tim, nah, man, the New Jersey ain't here yet. It takes a while to get all the way down here at the bottom of the world.
Knocked it on.
He did.
It's pretty slippery. It's
It
been
is
raining.
pretty slippery. You can see it's raining. Yeah, look at that. Pouring down.
Yeah, and it's, if you can see that much on the camera, it's way worse at the ground. Scary moment as an Aussie, no doubt, Jesse. It's possible the Wallabies just wanted to settle things down. The Pumas would be raging after what they considered a harsh yellow. Maybe, true. Maybe it started raining and they didn't back themselves to not knock it on. Well, big scrum, but it goes the Wallabies' way. And yeah, Tim, the geography is always a thing with New Zealand. Who do you think's the best team in the world at the moment? You reckon England? Yeah, nobody's gotten close to England at the moment. This is true. Josh is still with us, man. How's your crate looking?
So they've been scrumming into 7 minutes.
It's rain, I'm thinking.
Eh?
The rain.
Struggling. Clock is at 20 minutes and 50 seconds. Ned wins another one at line-out time.
Running ball tonight.
And there's just over 3.5 minutes left on the yellow card. Your name's Jeff, A.Y. I will have to remember that. I may struggle to remember that, but anyway. I'll be looking at England. South Africa hasn't played much all year. Yeah, South Africa's not played at all. The All Blacks have been hit and miss, to say the least.
Steve Foster.
Steve Foster. I think France would be better than England if they were allowed to play their full-strength side. You might be right.
Look out, here we go.
Yeah, it's
Korobidi,
Oh,
not quite.
beat him.
The crate is getting lighter, but it's a bloody tough job. Well, you took it on, man. Nobody forced you to go through a whole crate in a day. But good on you for giving it a crack. You're a braver man than me. I know Gaza doesn't like some Kiwi commentators, but what about the one-eyed Rod Kafer?
yeah.
Not a fan.
We don't get that.
I don't take too much notice of him because he only did play 12 tests for Australia.
It's 12 more tests than any of us played, I guess.
Yep.
He's just a bit of hot air, that guy. Isn't he?
I like Tim Horan.
Why can't France play full strength? They had to. They had an agreement with the clubs over there that only play them 3 games, so they weren't able to. And Tim, I'll check that in a minute. I can guess. I can guess what the picture's of. France's side has a total of 63 combined caps. Ben Youngs has 100. Farrell's got like 80. I think Launchbury's got 68. That's what I said in the preview anyway. Phil Kearns is by far the worst commentator.
They seem to keep their jobs though, don't
Well, they won't be for much longer because Fox is losing their rugby.
they? Oh, yes.
And they're all employed by Fox. There's talks that they might get guys like Adam Ashley Cooper and things like that. I think they'll go younger when they get a 9 commentary team instead of Fox. I think these guys will be out of a job. I think Greg Martin's already said that he's going to call it quits. Hey, is Gary DeGrone here? Where's he at? Is this game a replay? Yeah, mate, it seems like last week, doesn't it? Or the week before.
G'day, Gary.
It seems like last time. Wallabies all the ball. Pumas turn them over and kick penalties at the same. Yeah. Every country has had its crap commentators, is a point. And what a waste of a yellow, says Ribsy. Yeah, there's about half a minute to go, and they've not made much of it. But they've just turned it over at line-out time, so they'll get one more crack. They're in their own half, though.
There goes Hannigan.
Pumas knock on. Would like to see McCaw featuring in a consultancy role about discipline and determinations. The ABs can't seem to close out games lately. Could be a point. What do you think about Scott Robertson joining the Lions tour for next year? Yeah, he said he doesn't want to be an assistant coach, but he does want to be some kind of advisor where he can learn and develop, and then he can add some value to the Lions tour. I think he'd do a great job.
I think he's pretty keen.
He is keen, yeah. Yellow card over. That was nonsense from the Wallabies. Honestly, if I'm honest. They didn't make much from that at all. Has there ever been a series in which only one player has scored all the points in all the tests? Sanchez could do it. Yeah, I never thought about that. Sanchez kicked all the points, scored the try against the All Blacks. It's assuming they get any points. Argentina have knocked it on. Streaming any European matches next week. I will have a look at it, mate. We're coming to the end of the internationals. I'll have my eyes set on some European games, that is for sure. Tim, man. Get yourself a beer for the England game tomorrow. Hashtag the real world #1 team. I gotta admit, mate, England looked the business. 800 plus caps. Cheers, man. Some Vailima for you. Taste the Samoa. 6.7% alcohol. And 750 mils. But thank you, mate. Hope you and the missus are well. £5 would buy you a new Vailima. That's right, Jesse. $5.40 in New Zealand. Have I found the new Pumas jersey? Nah, man. Nah, UAR Rugby Store does not have any in stock. Gary DeGroen says, all these one-out forward runs not working. Watch what the late 90s Wallabies did. Lots of players in motion, decoys, nothing like that now. Never making the defence guess. Yeah. Putting the defenders in two minds has to be a thing, man, eh? You got to get guys to bite in, otherwise it's going to prove pretty tough to beat. £5 is about half a year's wage in New Zealand. Yeah, pretty much, man. Remember, YouTube takes a cut of anything on here, but yeah, pretty much. There's a TMO check, so God knows what it is this time. Might be a Wallabies time for a card. Tim, she's making me go get the Christmas tree.
Sanchez not looking too hot.
Do you have to get a real one, or do you going to get a fake one? For the sounds of it, you're getting a real one.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Oh no, it is going to be a Pumas guy, is it? Korobita's doing what he does and dragging about 2 meters forward with two people on him. Oh no, it is a Wallabies clean out. Hooper, you in trouble. That looks worse than the last one. Shoulder to the head. Shoulder to the head. You in trouble.
That was dumb.
He's the captain.
That was dumb.
Let's just see what the mitigating factors are, if any, because no wrap shoulder to the head with force is trouble.
I hit the shoulder. It's a yellow.
So whether he got him on.
Did it? First contact is going to decide whether it's red or it's yellow.
I think
If it's shoulder, it's yellow. If it's head, it's red.
it's a bit of a Hollywood.
That's what the ref's checking. It's all about the first contact at this point. He's going off.
You watch the angle. Watch the angle.
It just depends where the first contact is. Let's have a look. I think it's going to be shoulder. But I'm being optimistic because I don't like to see red cards. But
Yellow.
from that angle, you can see it definitely gets him in the head, but it might be on the shoulder first. Let's see this angle. If Nick White's out of the way. Oh, it's touch and go, man.
Yellow. I think you'd be a bit unlucky to get a red for that. And a bit of a Hollywood by Sanchez.
A bit of a Hollywood there.
If they err on the side of caution, it's going to be yellow, and it sounds like they will. Similar to the other one. Honestly, he's like an inch away from a red card. That one is bloody lucky. I think he's probably right, but bloody lucky. Goodness me. Like the other one was I was thinking penalty, maybe yellow. This one I was thinking red, maybe yellow. So
You should have known better being the
He
captain.
does know better. It was the dumb thing to do.
good morning, April Tui. How's it going? Sanchez has to go off for an HIA, which is sensible.
He's not happy.
Well, if he hadn't held his head like he did.
Close for sure, I agree.
Hollywood.
Very close.
Yeah, he is a bit of a Hollywood guy.
That's what I don't like about him.
Hoops was damn lucky, agree. How are you supposed to clean out players if their head is in front and almost on the ground? Yeah, it's tough. Oh, they've missed touch with the penalty.
Trying to get too far.
Yep. wonder who was thinking then.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
He's not really what I'd classify as a dirty player.
Miotti is on the pitch. If there's one good thing to come of that, is we get to see Domingo Miotti, who is probably the next Sanchez, really. I mean, not the same player, but he's probably going to take the
What's
10.
his name?
Domingo Miotti.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
played for the Jaguares before.
Yeah, he's good.
He is good. It's another penalty. Josh is not enjoying this one. Fleshen's getting ready to go out for a substantial meal. Slight wrap in the line out there, maybe.
Didn't look straight.
Wasn't much.
No.
I think it's about time to mention the like goals. Yeah, we're at 200 people watching. So if you haven't liked the stream, do click like now. Because for every like over 200, Jesse's going to do some sit-ups for us. So he did it last week. He smashed them in a hyperlapse. I forget how many we got to, like 50 odd sit-ups for Jesse. So yeah, anyone else who wants to join Jesse,
He's got that.
let's get it done. And the Argentinians are in front. Good result for the Argentinians, man. They weathered the early storm. And now they're in front. Yellow card period 3-0. Thank you, Liam, for keeping me on point with that. I'm keen to see what the stats are. Oof. Someone other than Sanchez scored. There we go. Sanchez's record is broken. The likes are flying in. Good stuff. I can't actually see them on my end. I can if I go through the native YouTube screen. Poor you, Jesse. That's not a bad thing, is it? Oh, you have to have a substantial meal to get a beer at tier 2. I forgot about that in the UK with the lockdown. Pubs are open, but only to have substantial meals. That's right. They can't just serve beer. I forgot about that.
Meals and beer.
Perfectly placed kick just outside the 22, but Corbett is
Betty's
too good
on
for the
way.
tackle.
Oh,
Oh!
man, the tank.
Did De La Fuente have arms in that tackle? Bloody hell.
Oh,
Wait to hear if you see old Damo saying check, check. 96 likes so far. Was about 60 when I mentioned it. Oh,
I dropped it.
you're still well safe from the 200 mark. Nice food takeaways just liked. Good man. So far, the highlights of this game is De La Fuente smacking old Corbett with a big old tackle. And was it Issa who smacked old Hooper. Plus a couple of yellow cards. Some big old hits in this one. 108, 109. Keep the likes coming, people. We'll get Jesse doing some exercise. Argentina fans in full voice. You're right. You can really hear them. Miotti puts the old Gary Owen. Australia knock it on, or was it a knock back from Argentina? Because the Aussie guy got it in an offside position.
Yeah, that was a good kick.
Must have been back off an Argentinian hand, otherwise he would have been penalised. Rob Simmons grabs it and he just goes, holy crap, I'm in front of all the defenders. Let's just hoof the hell out of this. Not a bad kick in the end, really. Simmons with the kick, yeah, I know. Simmons, mate, like Larkham, yeah, pretty much. Brother from another mother.
The Argentinians on a big maul.
Yeah, good maul. They've won an advantage with that. Here goes his Kura. We give him lots of stick, but he's got a big old line break. Passes it to Delgi. Delgi for the first try scorer. Oh my God. $150. Oh, wait, no. I'm just saying $150 because John said he had Delgi as first try scorer. And in the previous game, John had Trask as the first try scorer. If this is a try, then our man John has won a shitload of money today on first try scorers. Unbelievable. It's a maul.
It goes ages.
It does go for quite a while, and he penalises White, right? Oh, John will be... Yeah, it's John's shot if he gets this. Come on. Delgi gives... If this is a try, then John is having a hell of a day. What are they checking now? Delgi gave Paisami the don't argue. Great try, says April Tui. She's convinced. From a Simmons kick.
Yeah.
Oh, they've given it. All right. They did give it. John, man,
Oh, he's got the kick.
you're about $300 richer.
He's a good flyer.
John.
This guy.
Holy moly, John. That's two. If you guys missed the first game, John had $10 on one guy at $1.90 or whatever it was to score the first try. No, it must have been 19, was it? Because he. Anyway, I can't think. I need to update the whiteboard. But John's won $190 in that game and $150 on this one. Bloody good times. Hell of a call. How many minutes are we at? What was it? 30, 35?
36. Oh,
34 when it scored, maybe?
I would say.
Amazing, John. Amazing. First try scorer 2 games in a row.
Oh, he knocked it on.
Not going to be betting against John. Beers are on John, definitely. Far out.
This game's everywhere.
It is.
It's come alive.
It is.
It was all about the defence up until a few minutes ago. Malachi, I picked Australia for this one. Pataya's dropped it about 4 times a year. The handling's not been the best. Jessica is in San Francisco, California. I hope the weather is better where you are than what we're seeing on the TV anyway, but cheers.
We had a bit of rain here tonight too. Did you see that?
No, it didn't.
Yeah, we had a bit of rain.
People like say this about Rennie. What was this? For the Wallabies, clearly overrated. They have systemic issues. We will see, man. It's not
Long way
been the
to
best
go
one. Long way to go. That's true.
Your mate's coming back on by the look of it.
Sanchez is back.
Gee, the guy that replaced him's done all right.
Who disliked it? I don't know, Jesse, but everyone should give a like for John. Goodness me. John's picked 2 in a row. Hell of a day, man. Hell of a day. Wallabies all the ball, Pumas all the points. Which would you rather have? And how many points is that during the yellow card? What is that, 10 points? Liam, I'm relying on you. I'm pretty sure that's 10 points in the yellow card, right? Pumas to win this after a week of SHIT. Add 20 sit-ups for John. Yeah, fair enough.
On the right on the side of the scrum.
Adding that extra 100 kilos. 10 points, yeah, man. Costly for the Wallabies, this yellow card. The Argentinians have done what the Wallabies really failed to do, eh?
For sure.
Wallabies
Roll
made
him
a
out.
Knocked it on.
Wallabies made a meal of having the extra man, but here we go. Carreras. Oh, there's a knock on,
Yeah,
surely.
it was.
Keep going, son. Score the try. Just do it.
He knows he's got
You
to
should just
score.
keep going. Heinrichs had 1,750 Rand for the Pumas to score first. Like first try. Nice. Would have been a great brace, yeah, man, if he'd got that one. Let's have a look. I'm keen to see the stats.
You don't want to drink, do you?
Well, the position and territory is still all the Wallabies, but yeah.
The guy played well when he came on.
Hmm.
Sanchez back on. I'm honestly glad that Miotti got some minutes. I didn't want Sanchez to have to take a strike to the head. But Sanchez is 32. He can make the next World Cup, but Miotti at 24
He'll be there.
he needs some minutes at this level. So,
I'm just sad your worries on the Super.
did anyone tell Nick White that Movember had ended last week? No, I don't think Nick White's got the message yet. Jose, the game time is at 39:22. Mark says, come on, Wallabies.
I think we're all saying it, aren't we?
20 sit-ups and I'll do 20 press-ups, says John. What happened to Kurtley Beale? His high school highlight video is unreal. I've seen that video, Scott. He's over in France. And yeah, I think he used to play fly half at high school and he was phenomenal. Still a pretty good player. And thanks, Liam. That reminds me to take a note. Yellow card period was 10 points to 0. Pretty costly for the Wallabies. Miotti looks kind of tall. I think he is kind of tall, especially compared to Sanchez. What's your opinion on the game speed? I feel like the speed of penalty kicks, line-out throws is much faster in the championship than in the Northern Hemisphere Rugby. Ireland could learn a thing from it. You might be right. I still think they take too long to set scrums. I know they have to do the safety thing first. In the 1980s, they used to set scrums literally in about 10 seconds. It's probably closer to 45 to a minute nowadays. I feel like it could be quicker, but it seems to be generally accepted that you get a bit of a breather.
Ooh.
Wallabies have gone bloody close here. 5 metres out. Nick White ducks under a tackle. 3 metres out. Phillip.
They have to score here. Give it to Corambetti.
Good advantage.
Miotti is 6'2". That's pretty tall, but I'm still taller. Probably not quite as athletic or as fast or as good at rugby
Or
as
as
he
heavy.
is.
Oh,
Oh, the Wallabies knocked it on.
No.
they were playing advantage.
They'll take the kick. But that is
Take
tall
the
for a
kick, take
fly
the kick.
half. Will you be streaming some Champions Cup next week? Luke, I am as yet uncertain because I don't know who has the rights to the Champions Cup here in New Zealand. I used to have the Champions Cup through Rugby Pass, but they've been dropping too many services, so I cut my subscription with them, to be honest. Was that Ned who knocked it? I wasn't going to say it, but I thought it might have been. Yeah, they'll kick this and then they'll go into the sheds. So it'll be 6 points to 13 at half time. No way old Reese can miss this one. I'm going to get the whiteboard ready right now. Boomfa. There we go. Half time. Tom Wright, Jesus, he even had the ball? Tupou is on the bench. They started Ala Alatoa. Oh, it's him. I've just seen your photo on Facebook. I assumed it was going to be you in that rugby jersey we talked about, but it's... I mentioned sunny England, and it's a picture of it bloody piddling down. So, yeah. Yep. Please stream Munster v Harlequins if I want to. I'll have to see who's got the rights, man. I don't know that Sky Sports in New Zealand has the rights. So it might make it a bit tricky. I'll get the halftime stats in just a tick, but man, 13-6. Pumas will be happy with that.
Not the score we thought it would be.
No, well, you get a guy in the bin.
Well, they both had one in the bin, haven't they?
Yeah.
Hello, Connor, mate. How's it going? NZ guy, it is indeed half time. Do you feel as though you could, with the experience? Wow. Oh, I missed your first comment, Whitaker, so I'm not sure what that second one is about. Let me have a look.
Put the Christmas tree out next week.
Oh, done any coaching? No, Gaz has done some coaching. I think, to be honest, I would probably need to watch games more than once to really get a deeper understanding of some of the tactical stuff that goes on. Like, you see guys like Squidge, and there's various guys on Twitter who actually do like play-by-play analysis, and they watch the games clearly multiple times. And that's what you need to do. It's like when you read a book or when you watch a movie, you watch it the second time, you see stuff that you didn't notice the first time. So I tend to not have that much time. But I would love to watch the games more than once, slow it down and whatnot. But yeah. Simon was also mentioning what's going to happen. Looks like they'll be doing their own streaming service for the Champions Cup in countries that don't have a broadcast deal. If they can do it on demand, then I'll watch it. If it has to be live, then that makes it tough. Leo, how's the game been? It started with more the same old Wallabies throwing their attacks into that Pumas brick wall, but then it kind of came alive, especially in the final 10-15 minutes. Craig, mate, how's it going? It's raining and sunny simultaneously down in South Devon. Nice. Josh is going to have to crack open the double browns after the Violema. Oh, man, have I even ever tried double brown? I don't know.
I think you have. DB double brown.
Go get the tree, Tim. Keep your wife happy. Get your Christmas tree. There are free sites, King Yummy, but I prefer to watch them on the legit ones if I can. Even if it's via VPN, I don't mind, as long as it's... Yeah. Not sure if you would know. Do you know anywhere where we can learn about those play-by-plays? Love to learn about the play-by-plays wherever you look. There's a guy on Twitter called Coach. What's his name? Gerant. It's a Welsh name, I believe. He does really good play-by-play stuff on Twitter. It's definitely Coach something. Yeah, he's probably one. Oh, and the Dead Ball area has done some as well. So check those guys out. What European match times suit you best to watch in New Zealand? The time difference is usually around about 12 hours. So if you see a game which is like afternoon, 2 p.m., I think that's like usually 1 a.m. here. So not good. If it's a late game, so if the time is like 6, 7, 8, probably good for me because it's probably 6, 7, or 8 o'clock. Yeah, that's generally the way it goes. Greetings from Argentina. How is it going, man? You must be pretty happy. Victor, man, good to see you. Predictions on Ireland versus Scotland. I wasn't going to say so much, but Victor, just quietly, I've picked Scotland. I know that's an upset pick. I know Ireland are the big-time favourites. But Ireland have still looked a bit disjointed. Will they probably go ahead and do the job over Scotland? Yes. Have Scotland picked a guy on debut at number 10? Yes. But something, it's just one of those nagging prediction ones that it told me I have to pick Scotland. So I picked Scotland by like 5 points. Yeah.
I'll pick Ireland by 10.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the bookies have got, I think. So yeah. Gaz has probably got the sensible pick with Ireland by 10. Right, let's have a look at the halftime stats for this one. Run meters, 77 to 97. And yet, the possession is 71-29, and the territory is 82-18. So somehow the Pumas have got more run meters with way less ball. And Leo, yes, you Scots have been having an influence on me. You and Craig and co. So there you go. Why Duncan Wheel not play today for Scotland? He's with Worcester, I think. I'm not sure if it's just being rotated or what.
Is Gregor Townsend still coaching them?
He is indeed.
Oh, yeah. He's a good catcher, guy.
The Wallabies tackle percentage is at 69. That's pretty bad. They've made 18. The Pumas is at 93%. That's pretty bloody amazing, and they've made 76 tackles. Goodness me. Connor is also in favour of that Scotland pick. Grant's ranting about bonus points. In Super Rugby, it's possible to win all your games and not make the playoffs if the bonus points don't go your way. That's true. What do I think of Carl Tuinukuafe? He's alright. He's a bit of a good story about a guy who managed to come through despite... You're going to give the guys the COVID creeps all that coughing, Gazzy. You alright?
Hay fever.
Hay fever.
No COVID in the community in New Zealand now, mate.
What was I saying? Something. What are the thoughts on Van der Vault being selected for the Scots? Be a good test for him. Were you as disappointed as me not seeing much of Fiji back line due to COVID? 100%. Wallabies are playing like they're drunk. Oh, Carl Tuinukuafe. Yeah, good news story player. Came from virtually nothing to come back and have a pretty good career. Pretty good scrummager. He's okay around the park, so can't complain. But yeah, underdog story is the ultimate one, as Malachi says. Tell Gazza to have a beer to deal with the cough. Yeah, exactly right. What are all the countries that are tier 1, in your opinion? Are there any tier 2 countries that should be considered tier 1? Maybe that's a good question. Are any tier 1 countries that should be tier 2? If you've beaten the All Blacks, you should be tier 1, surely. Do you think Argentina studied the Springbok defence from the World Cup final? They certainly have picked up their defensive play on this tour. You look like you're enjoying the Vailima. The Vailima is a hard one to resist, man. I gotta admit, it hits you. It hits you. I'm feeling it. I don't know if it's noticeable on camera, but I'm definitely feeling the Vailima. Just Japan, and I think Japan did get voted to become tier 1 as well. I can't think of tiers without thinking of COVID. I don't think we didn't call it tiers, that we alert levels, eh?
Alert levels.
We called it alert levels rather than tiers, so I don't have that. Whoa, Victor, mate. Cheers, bro. Beer money, I appreciate it. I'll get some more of this. I'll get some more Vailima. Taste of Samoa. At some point. Thank you, brother. Make sure you save some beer money for yourself. But thank you for the donation, brother. I appreciate it. Far too kind. Week after week. Should do a stream with Gareth Mason. I have done one stream with Gareth Mason. Is my Christmas tree up yet? No, the Christmas tree is not up yet.
Next week.
Maybe next week. Sebastian, how's it going? How much for a bottle of Vailima? I think I paid like $5.40 for it. So, yeah. Gonna see if they sell some Vailima here in Australia. Honestly, the Vailima is a nice beer. But I think it hits me faster than other beers. Maybe it's the 6.7% instead of like, what's the norm?
4.5.
The normal's like 4 something, yeah. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's just the taste of Samoa. What the hell does it say? Something Monde Selection Brussels winner 1982 and like 1998. Why the hell would you put that on a bottle when it's 2020? Like, I won an award when I was in primary school. I don't know.
They're proud of it.
They're proud of it, that's for sure. Italy should not be tier 1. Italy honestly have been quite disappointing in the Autumn Nations Cup at the moment, that's true. Is this my full-time job, Steve? No, unfortunately, it's far from the full-time job. This is just very much a hobby at the minute.
You'd like
But
it to be.
it'd be nice. It'd be nice. Oh, Star Leo. Cheers, man. Says, had to get off the television, so I'm watching the game through your reactions. Keep up the good work. Cheers, man. Get your own TV. Vailima, my favorite beer. Cheers, man. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I gotta admit. Second half is underway, by the way. We are 40 minutes and 25 seconds in. The rain looks pretty heavy. Italy are in that weird era where they struggle against tier 1 but do really well against tier 2. That's true. It seems like we've seen more development from Argentina. In how many years have they been in the Tri-Nations Rugby Championship? Like 10? Is it less than that? 9? 8? But they've developed quite a lot in that time. Although they still most often get the wooden spoon, but this year beating the All Blacks is a hell of an achievement. Player of the Tri-Nations for me so far. Crema has been pretty good for Argentina. You know me, man. I have to look at the stats before I would pick one. But he did get yellow carded in this game, so maybe not. Sanchez, actually, Sanchez is probably a good pick there. That's probably even better than Kremer.
Pretty good, that guy, isn't he?
Who's that?
Sanchez, he does all the kicks.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
It's a bit of a Hollywood, but yeah.
These guys. Will England versus France game have fans? I don't think so, unless I did hear about one game getting 2,000 fans, but was that a different bit of news? Italy seemed to collapse in the second half after building a decent platform in the first. Tom, I agree. They don't seem to have the legs for 80 minutes, which sucks because guess how many minutes a rugby game is? It's 80. Yeah, it's all well and good to play good for 40. We're at 212 people on the stream, by the way. If you haven't liked, do drop a like, because not only does it help me out, but Jesse's going to give us some sit-ups for every like over 200.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know how many we're at the moment, but we could certainly use some more.
Here we go.
Let's go on into touch.
This is the Wallabies' chance.
Lack of game time for haircut makes me concerned for what might be happening in the training, considering how well he was playing this year for the Reds. Yes. I also think it's concerning that Gordon seems to be ahead of McDermott in the pecking order based on what we saw in AU. Oh, the Argentinians have lost the line out on their own 5 metre line.
Rob Bellatini's on.
Yeah, who's he on for? Hannigan's still on.
Must be Johnson.
Will I watch Georgia Fiji after this? I will go to bed and watch Georgia Fiji in the morning. How do likes help? They feed YouTube's algorithm, which means this stream is more likely to get pushed out to other people who are interested in rugby content. That's my understanding. More likes equals more push. Think Carreras and Boffelli should swap positions. I do prefer Boffelli at fullback, admittedly, with that big boot of his. Is it Salakai Lotto that's gone off? Okay, straight swap. Oh no, he's not on. He's on the bench. Who was the starting 6 for Honest Hannigan? Who was? Oh, Wilson. Must be Wilson. Wilson's gone off.
Yeah.
So Valtini's packing down at.
Wilson's gone off.
Valtini's packing down at 8.
Oh. Gee, that was close. They need to get it out to right.
Yeah, Wright's had bugger all ball.
Give it to right, man. He's good.
I am living in New Zealand, mate, and no worries, Steve. I also picked Fiji. I want to see how many run meters Tom Wright has, because I feel like it's not a lot. He's got 16, which is more than I thought. Who do you think is the All Blacks player of the Tri-Nations?
Sam Cane.
And I was thinking that. He's the first name that came to my mind as well. As much as people dislike him. He was my first thought. Poor Reese. Boomfa. Hodge got dumped. Yep. Jesse says 30 more likes until we've got to start doing some sit-ups. Man, let's punish Jesse. Or reward him with that exercise.
So you're an exercise freak.
Well, last time we talked about it and we said if we can get, for every like over 200, he would do some sit-ups. And we got to like 250 likes.
Wow.
Which meant he had to do 50 odd sit-ups. And he sent me a video with a time lapse of him powering them out. So
powering them out.
Like
the evidence, yeah.
That's quite funny.
Kane and Savia, maybe, yeah, true. Oh, Akira from the limited minutes he had. That's true. Will Jordan from that limited minutes he had. True.
But
But
you're doing it over a series.
Over the series, yeah, you'd probably say Kane over those limited minutes guys. Well, it doesn't look like anyone's going to win by 100 odd points at the moment. That's a big old scrum, but it's going to be reset. I need to get some Boomfa t-shirts made. Yeah, that's true. Cabbage Patch, you left for a few minutes. How many minutes are we talking? Argentina scored a try. The Wallabies kicked the penalty. Hard to say Akira Jordan when they got so much less time. Yeah, exactly. From the limited minutes they had, it's good, but yeah, it's easier to look good when you haven't played as long. Can't see Big Will's insightful comments. Has his missus locked him in the beer fridge? Craig, yeah, his absence is pretty noticeable. I think from a tweet he put out recently, he's having some issues at work. I think he's a builder, or at least runs a building company or something like that, and he's not been paid. So he's not a happy chappy at the moment.
Hannigan, Gary's favourite player.
I don't know why Reece spells his name R-E-E-C-E, but... oh, what's happened there?
Ooh.
Different strokes for different folks, I guess. I'm pretty sure I've seen Siobhan spelt over here like S-H-A-V something. Now, if you wanted Hollywoods, you got to call that one as
That's
well.
Hollywood, yep.
You can't have a mustache. Oh, he does put a little bit of a shoulder into him, but you can't have a mustache like that and have that kind of expression on your face.
That's a Hollywood. Don't see it from the Aussies very often, but you see it from other teams a bit.
Nick Wright talks too much.
Well, he's a halfback, isn't he?
Yeah,
It's
they
his
all
job.
tarred with the same brush.
Aaron Smith, consistently good week by week. He generally is. Nick White ran into Julia Montoya and fell down, admittedly, because Montoya's a lot bigger than White is, and yeah, he didn't seem to appreciate it. Ned Hannigan, tonight, 2 runs, 4 meters, 1 tackle. Those are not stats worthy of putting on a screen. Tell you that right now. Ribsy says White's embarrassing himself. Wallabies have got a scrum penalty. Ricardo, good evening, man. They'll go back for the penalty.
Take the shot.
Jack says Aaron Smith is great. He has probably the most beautiful looking pass you will see. Aaron Smith passes the ball just amazingly. Jack Darby says, take the shot. And what do the Wallabies do? They're going to take the shot.
Conceded that they can't.
They can't break down this Argentinian defence.
No, they've conceded.
IRB Player of the Year. That's tough. Probably DuPont, I think, honestly, at the moment. That's really piddling down over there.
Yep.
Just inside.
Got it.
Didn't get it by much. He almost hooked it. I think both teams should start getting their reserves around now.
30 minutes to go, Isma. Yeah, it's 50 minutes. 9 points to 13. She's pretty tight.
Oh, look out, look out.
Wow. From the restarts, honestly, the Wallabies are maybe one of the worst teams in the world. They just seem to put themselves into trouble every bloody restart after they score points. It's maddening. Rain's bucketing down, you're right, Jack. Handling errors 7 apiece is not actually that bad considering the weather, but we're only 50 minutes in, so... Do you think there will ever be a Northern Six Nations?
What do they mean by that?
I don't know.
They got
A Southern Six Nations?
They got a Northern Six Nations now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is hard to watch at the moment. It's been a bit of an attritional one in the second half, it's fair. But some good D. This game has been so disappointing. If you need to win a game by 100 points, go play like it. Josh, I feel like both these teams probably went into this one going, probably not going to get the 100 points needed. Southern Six Nations, yeah, you would probably have to add Fiji. That's 5. I mean, you can add Japan, but Japan's a northern team technically.
Are they?
Well, they're in the northern hemisphere, aren't they?
The Wallabies are one in
Would
the
we
scrum
have
battle.
6 nations down here?
Hmm.
What did they do to get penalised?
Scrum time. Taniela Tupou is massive.
Are you not happy?
Tonga? Yeah, I guess. Maybe bring in Tonga or Samoa.
Tonga, Samoa, Fiji.
Has to be. I mean, Fiji has got the biggest population and is, consistently one of the higher performers of those 3 countries.
Yeah, they are.
Tonga and Samoa will just get thrashed every week, says Jack.
I just need to bring some reserves on.
Should never pin their hopes on this game. Yeah, the draw was costly, Jean-Louis, compared to what the All Blacks needed. That draw was a killer for both these teams. Haven't the Springboks left the Southern Comp? They've left the Super Rugby by the looks of things, but they have committed to the Rugby Championship apart from this year. Tonga Samoa would likely be Italy. I think you are probably right. Samoa used to have a really good team, and Tonga is higher rated than Samoa at the moment, but yeah, at the moment.
Oh!
Japan's in a bit of an awkward area, being far from Europe. Yeah, time zone wise, they're actually not too bad for us here. Like the World Cup, most of those games were on in the night, evening over here, not too bad. Why would you kick that? Grant! I thought the draw was bad for the All Blacks, but I was wrong because of bloody bonus points. Grant's not a fan of the bonus points. How would you do it, Grant, if you don't do the 4-try bonus points? Do these teams just get separated on kind of the standard wins and losses? Dalgie's air ball there was horrendous. But cheers, Grant, for the donation. Thank you muchly. 150 Taiwan dollars. Sanchez is going off. So Miotti with the 5 minutes he played earlier will get, around about half an hour. It's all right.
They're putting some replacements on now.
You can have bonus points as a separator
so they must have put some on too.
if the teams are level on wins. And yes, Alaran. Okay, I like the idea, Grant. I don't mind it. Maybe bonus points have done their dash. I don't know. It does seem weird that as soon as we see your name, Grant, we think long dongs, by the way, which might go above some people's heads if they haven't been around these streams for a while, but that's a Taiwanese beer.
I think he's a bit injured. I think he's with his leg.
It does seem a bit weird that New Zealand can go, 2 wins and 2 losses. Compared to these guys who will be... The winner of this one will be
Right.
2 wins, a loss, and a draw. Completely forgot about the Long Dong beer. Go Carreras, he's not really had any runs. And to touch it goes. 57, almost 58 minutes, and we're still 13 points to 9.
Neither of them look like scoring, do they?
Not at the moment,
Both
eh?
of them have had their chances.
South Africa would dominate the Six Nations, says Tom. I think of all the Northern Hemisphere teams have a poor competitive record against them.
What's Matt Phillip doing?
When are they going to bring on our man Bertrand? Karabetes knocked it on.
Man, that was close.
She's messy. Reckoning them bucks, 82 cents. I always forget. I mean, Taiwan dollars, I think, are kind of like the yen. Let me have a look.
Oh, it needs bills up.
Oh, it's actually $7. 150 Taiwan dollars is $7.50. That's actually more than I thought, Grant. That's more than one of these. That's more than a Vailima. Taste of Samoa.
Ooh, dear. Somebody's in trouble.
All right.
He's in trouble.
All right, we need to look at this. Divide by 20. This is trouble.
This is trouble. There's a red card come.
Franco is already saying yellow. Craig's got to go do some.
Let's head round the head.
Got to go do some dusting. All right, man.
Think you're in trouble, Lotta.
Salakai Loto with the tackle on. Ooh, that's trouble. That's a shoulder directly to the head, which is generally pretty bad news.
You might get away with a yellow, but it should be a red.
14 likes to go, says Jesse. We're now operating in a Vailima-based economy. Yeah, everything is how many Vailimas you earn.
I think that could be...
Essentially,
Grant, yellow, but it should be a red.
I think he's looking at red.
Red card.
Boomfa. It's red, all right.
It's red.
Yeah, it's red.
See you later.
Shoulder to head
And he's a replacement too.
equals red. That's just the way that goes. Advantage Argentina. Matthias is a Argentinian living in Scotland and says go Pumas carajo. Has to be red.
Oh yes, that's a red.
How many tries will they score?
How many tries will they score? Probably not enough. Jordan says needs Steve Smith to come in and knock 101. Yeah, they probably will struggle. Carl from Sweden. The Pumas are in the lead. They are, man, and they've got a man advantage for the rest of the game. James, Lukan Salakaia-Loto just got red carded for a shoulder to the head. See if I can find it. Look at my red pen anywhere.
That was pretty silly.
Mm-hmm. Can you kick this?
Oh, it's a fair way out. He might.
Yes, Gaz did just say that. Grant.
Yep.
Nine points to 16.
Can't see them coming back from the
Gee, it's
Yep.
raining, isn't it?
absolutely pelting.
Pouring down.
Jason says Gardner is definitely my least favourite ref by a mile. It's probably the game. And thank you, Liam. Yeah, red card period is 3-zip. Does the rule apply where the offending player gets replaced after 20 minutes? No, I think that was just for the two Super Rugby competitions, AU and Aotearoa. That's not for this one.
No.
Good to see Miotti gaining confidence, indeed. And yeah, Alaran's right. Alaran's right because Gardner is literally just following the protocols, which say, like, if there's any like contact to the head with force, it's basically a red card, and then it starts at red and then it works its way down.
Yeah.
So it's like it's red, but if they're slipping, it's a yellow. Or, you know, there's a bunch of stuff that could happen, but that's just what it is.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Man, the rain is so heavy. How bad was the hit? I mean, it wasn't. It was just careless.
It wasn't substantially bad.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to take his head off. Salakaia-Loto's a tall guy, but just needed to get lower. Alright, we are up to 273 people at the moment, so if you haven't dropped us a like, put a like on, because our man Jesse is going to do some sit-ups for any likes above 200 that we get. Penalty to Argentina at scrum time. This is looking like a pretty long day at the office for the Wallabies at the moment, yeah. Angus Bell is not a happy chappy either. The Aussies know how to stress their coaches out. Dave's twitch just keeps getting worse. The Wallabies will do that to you. First season, He's beaten the All Blacks, but he hasn't beaten the Pumas as yet, anyway.
As yet. What about another draw?
Not every year they beat the English. 3-3 between England and South Africa over the last how many years? Do you think Ireland will win today? I think Scotland may steal it, says James. You and me have got the same inklings because I've actually tipped Scotland for this one. I think Ireland is definitely the safer pick, but I've got that little...
Have Ireland got their A team in?
Well, Sexton's back. They've still got no Tyg Furlong, but they've got
Is Scotland on full strength?
They've got a guy on debut at 10.
What's his name? See,
Jaco van der Walt. He's a South African.
Oh,
But
okay.
Finn Russell and Adam Hastings are injured.
Finn Russell's he still
He's injured.
injured?
There's been one line break in the whole game. Game of defence. Who wins the Tri Nations with this score, Donovan? It is the All Blacks.
Oh, the Wallabies are getting close.
If the Wallabies score here, it becomes interesting. They got advantage. Come on, Wallabies, for goodness sake, give us something to shout about. Nick White.
Oh, he's dropped it.
I think Van der Vaart will go well against Ireland. I hope so. Do you think they could have worn any other jerseys? Then it wouldn't have been a kick clash. I don't think this one's too bad.
No, it's not really.
It's not. The numbers are different colours. It's not a clash.
Argentina have been impressive this comp, says Jordan. Really good to see. Yeah, traditionally they've been the wooden spoon team who maybe pick up one win, but not this time, which is good. They've just had that one bad game against the All Blacks, where the All Blacks played pretty
The All
well.
Blacks had to win.
Jesse's at 19 sit-ups. Good man. Keep dropping the likes, and Jesse's going to do more sit-ups. He does them. He's good for them. 65 minutes is where we're at. 65 minutes and 20 seconds. The Wallabies are mauling it up about 7 meters from the Pumas line. They've been told to use it once. Ooh, they gotta get penalised for that. They just dragged it down 1 meter out. Are they over the line? They're just short.
Come on.
If they don't concede a try here, the Pumas will count this as a win, but they might get a card. They should get a card because that was a cynical way they brought down that maul. It's at least a warning. It should be a card.
Oh, there's
It's
a
a card.
He's going to his pocket again.
Is that Paulos? He's shaved his head.
Number 19.
Yeah, I think it's Paulos.
Yep.
Apparently it's a tradition that all the guys who get their first caps have to shave their head, and he only made his debut last week, so he looks like a
really?
man who's shaved his head recently.
Oh, they've gone for the line out.
Yep. That was cynical.
It had to be, seriously.
Can't have been far from
Yeah.
scoring.
Yeah, they were pretty close. Was that line out straight though? Don't know.
They
Either
could have
way.
almost got a penalty try there.
Right, so we get 14 on 14 for a while. Oh, that's got to be try time.
Yeah.
Try time.
Try time.
Game on, people.
Yes. Good job. Now, is it going to be another draw?
Is it Hooper?
Yeah, I think Hooper scored it.
Yep.
Goodness me. Game on indeed. Who said draw? Says Liam. Well, they're still got to kick the conversion.
The last game was
That was a hell of a maul. That was Brumbies-esque, that one.
That was a Brumbies maul, that maul.
Yeah. Martin's watching on delay. No spoilers. How long's the delay? There's a helicopter flying above. Jesse says, yeah, the boys. How many likes are we up to, Jesse? Pressure conversion, Alaran says, indeed. Look at Matt Tamua. He's pumped. Pressure conversion. This is the kind of kick that Hodge shanks.
Yeah, he misses them. Yeah. Come on.
It's
Reece.
like only 20 odd meters out, but there's a bit of angle.
You might just get it.
Come on, Reece. You can do it.
Who do you want to win? Yep,
He's nailed it right over that black dot.
Good job.
16.
16 all.
16. Hell of a conversion. 223 likes. Good man, Jesse. You're doing 23 sit-ups. Not too bad. That's manageable. Great conversion. 16. Red card period. Yellow red card period is 7-0. You have to remind me about that later, Liam, when the yellow card comes to an end, please. You never know with Reece Hodge. That's pretty much it. Yeah. It's a bit of a gamble. 60 metres out straight up in front. He mostly gets it, except when it's to beat the All Blacks. What are the odds of 2 draws? No doubt John's got money on another draw. Hodge is going to put his foot through the ball, and he does. It's a big high ball. And the Pumas have knocked it on.
Oh, look out.
There goes Tupou. Bullet pass to Phillip.
Woo.
To Paisami. Intercept. De La Fuente's knocked it on. Back for the advantage.
Oh dear. It's all go now. 11 minutes.
Yeah,
to go.
Liam, this is why I try and do this, man. Yeah. Oh, you've got 20 banked from John's back-to-back bets, so you're up to 40 odd then. Man, Tupou's got a nice pass on him, didn't he, for a prop?
No, that was forward anyway.
Yeah.
Even if he had caught it, he would have got called back. Yeah, Tupou's one of these type of players, you know, I think he's going to hit his peak in a year or two. He hasn't hit his peak yet.
Hodge is a player always overshadowed, but he's got quite a few
Consistent.
tests. He's got quite a few tests under his belt. Yeah, we're at 70 minutes, like Jack says, 10 minutes left. Can France put in a good fight against England tomorrow? I hope, Martin, mate, but it's a very young France team. You're lacking in experience.
He's had it to go off.
John's got money on Australia. Goodness me.
He's cramped up.
Just bring on Gordon. Yeah, they are.
Be the wet weather. He hasn't had a bad game, actually. He's played all right.
We'll win because we're French. We'll see how you go, man. Good luck. France destroyed them last time, but man, it was a different team. None of the big guns are playing this time. It's all the next level guys. 70 minutes, 22 seconds. We're setting the scrum. It's still 14 on 14. Wallabies have got a red card to Salakai Loto,
Run it.
and the Pumas have got Polos in the bin.
Run it.
France is playing their B team King Yummy because there's a deal with the French clubs that they weren't allowed to play their players in more than like 3 games. So most of the French top guns have already played 3 games, so they go back to their clubs.
Oh, Australia.
Tupou.
Wow.
They're on to the 22.
They've come alive.
Oh, no, Connors just knocked it on. Dawn has
Oh,
jinxed
dear,
the
dear,
Wallabies.
dear. I did. Sorry. He was.
Scrum time.
He took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah. $50 setups for Jesse. Good. We're at 273 viewers. For any of you guys that haven't liked the stream, you got about 8 minutes to drop a like, and each like above 200, Jesse is going to do the equivalent amount in sit-ups plus 20.
Plus 20.
Because John, plus 20 for John's money-making antics with the betting.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Pretty fit. She must be pretty fit.
Yes.
Dwayne is calling the draw. Do we get a telecast? Last time Jesse sent me the video on Facebook, so he is good for it. He is good for it.
Tom Banks is on. He's a good player.
Can you post a video as well of those sit-ups? If Jesse is willing, I can certainly flick that out on Twitter or Facebook. Nicholas, the game has been a mixture of some slick attack, some big hits on defense, some terrible handling in the absolute wet weather though. And how many cards are we at? 3? 2 yellows and a red? Is it 4?
It was
3 yellow and 1 red.
3 yellows and a red. Goodness me, that's how many cards there have been. Happy for me to show the vid. Good man. Thank you, Nathan, for the like.
Don't go away, man.
Aussie had all the territory but not done much. A load of errors. Don't really deserve to be winning. 4 cards now. Yeah, God. I lose track of the cards. That's how bad it is. Which team got the red? Aussie to Salako Lotto 59. Oh, that's not that clear on the camera. I used the wrong red pen, but anyway. What beer is that? Peter, I'm glad you asked. This beer is it's Vailima. Vailima. 6.7% alcohol. It's the taste of Samoa. 750ml bottles. It's a good drop.
You'll be running to the toilet tonight.
Nah. I'll be right.
He's still young.
I know.
Still young enough.
I'd be running.
You're old.
Oh, don't say I'm old. Don't say that.
Shots are being fired in the 2 cents household.
Oh,
Here comes Bertrando. Yeah, there we go. How much is a bottle of Vailima? It cost me like
I might be old,
$5.40.
but I'm not elderly.
Yeah, that's true. You're doing pretty good for your age.
No, not bad.
Sponsored beer. I wish.
What are they doing?
Vailima headquarters sits in the village of Samoa. Vailima, basically. Nice. 74.5 minutes. Bertrano should have been there from the opening whistle. I kind of agree with you. But remember, Escura, with that run, he's the one who set up the Delgui try. So
Oh dear.
What's happened?
Out on the full.
Oh, out on the full.
yeah, Gordon shouldn't be there. Speaking of scrum halves who shouldn't be there, it should be Tate McDermott.
Yeah, Tate McDermott's good. He wasn't watching what he was doing. Were you, Jake?
I guess he's not been on long. Teams all, yeah, they're raising each other with the cards. That's true, Nathan. Whether you can get the Vailima in the UK, I'm not sure, man.
Oh, they lost it. The wet weather, eh?
Yeah.
This guy's back on in a minute.
23 seconds to go.
Justice for haircut.
How long?
20 seconds.
Who's going to win it, guys? Is it draw? Do we see Hodgie with a 60-metre jobby before the game is over? Is Miotti, the young man, going to slot one? I don't know.
Better do it sooner, running out of time.
Yeah.
What's
Less than 5 minutes to go.
What's Gardner going on the sideline about?
It's going to be a draw, says the hat locker.
We'll see. There's still time to score.
Josh is out. All right, man. Take care, bro. 2 streams, yeah. Alex is picking a draw. Flesh in his draw. Ribsy says an O'Connor droppy. Jack says go Argentina. Ed says up the Wallabies. Nice food takeaway says ref will win it for Oz. Tama says a boring draw.
I wish Angus Gardner would sort the scrums out.
Is Vailima better than
diabolical mess.
Foster's, Connor? I think I would rate Vailima better than Foster's. Yes. This would be Australia's 3rd draw of the year. Yeah, that's true.
Well, yes, they draw.
All Blacks.
Oh, that's right. Wellington.
That's a long time ago now, isn't it? Guinness is the winner's drink, lads. We all know it. Miotti has it, says JD. Who gets the wooden spoon if it's the draw? I think that would be the Wallabies, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Well, I think it's All Blacks, Argentina, Wallabies going into this round, so I believe so.
Right.
Yellow card is over Liam, so it was 7-0 during the yellow card. Oh, scrum penalty for the Wallabies. They get a throw of the dice.
He's shaking his head at the linesman. Yeah, that was a bit harsh.
Drop to Argentina in the last minute like the old times, says Matthias. Rubsy says, technically South Africa get the wooden spoon for not showing up to the games.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
World champions, man. World champions.
No, they had a pretty good excuse.
No one's going for the 90, Liam. Nah. We're at 312 on the stream, so if you haven't done so, drop a like. And Jesse's going to be doing those sit-ups. Oh, yeah, the Wallabies have got advantage inside the Pumas half. So Reece Hodge may have a chance to win it with that big boot of his before full time. Shame they took Simmons off. Would have been a drop goal option after a scrubber. That's true. Hodge to miss a kick in the last minute, says Liam. Wallabies. Do you not take the shot here? Surely you take the shot.
Surely you do.
Look at Hodgie. He's smiling. He wants the shot. Come on, son. You got to win a game eventually with that shot of yours, because he missed the one against the All Blacks, and that ended up in a draw. And he had a shot against the Pumas to win it last time. So this is his 3rd time lucky. Surely.
Let's hope so.
Jesse. Oh, well. We're only at 100 people earlier. We're at 300 now, so it makes sense.
He might shank this.
He's asking the same question.
There we go. I could be a commentator. I said the same thing, and I've had 2 bottles of Vailima. Come on.
He should get it, but he could miss.
Oh, well, based on recent experience, he misses it.
He'll get it.
He'll miss it.
And he's missed.
He's missed it.
And he's
My
missed.
goodness.
McMurray picked it. McMartin picked it. That's his nickname. He picked it.
Oh my goodness.
He's missed it again, folks.
Oh, look at him.
The frustration.
He's thinking,
Oh, for
no,
goodness
not again.
sake. Oh, again. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had a feeling he was going to miss that one. Goodness me. 3 times in a row. Has to be something psychological. Yeah. Flesh and the Welshman says it's because he doesn't spell Reese properly. It's going to be a boring draw, says Jack. Where was the kick taken from? It was about 40 metres out at a bit of an angle. Maybe 35. It's a draw. Yes, bro, I am drinking Vailima. Just explaining the Kiwi accent to the wife, can you say these 2 words? 10 and tin.
Run it.
I thought he was going to say fish and chips.
Fish and chips. Josh Ioane. Sean Stevenson make the Aussie team. Oh, I don't know. Tough. Well, time is up, man. Time is up. The Wallabies have got the ball inside the Pumas half. Does Reece Hodge get a 4th shot at it, or does the game end with a knock-on? At the moment, I would say it's going to end with a knock-on. They've gone 10 phases, the Wallabies. Oh, and it's a knock-on. But they got advantage, so the Pumas can keep playing.
Pass it.
Oh, they've almost knocked it on themselves. It's got to be advantage over, surely. The game will keep going. Bofele can kick it from here. Is he even still on? I'm assuming if Bofele is still on, he can kick him from 55, 60. And the ball's loose. It's a knock on. Pumas have got it back again. Hooper's knocked it on twice. Game over. It's a draw.
Another draw.
Bloody Reece Hodge. Oh, how many setups are you owed, Jesse, before we go? Goodness me. It's another draw. What the hell? Goodness gracious. Unbelievable. Wasn't it 16-16 or 15-15? I can't remember.
In Wellington, it was 16-16.
What was it between these 2 teams last time?
15 all.
15 all. Okay, jeez.
16 all Wellington, 15 all on their other one.
81 sit-ups, Jesse. All right, I expect the video next time.
Well done, Jesse.
Yeah, well done, Jesse. We look forward to your video, mate.
Sorry, Reece.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's been a good tour for the Pumas.
Crazy. Yeah, the Pumas have done really well. So, yeah, they'll head back to Argentina.
They'll be happy.
Yeah, they'll be pretty satisfied, I think.
They even had a go at the finish too.
16-16, 15-15, and now 16-16 again. Goodness me. YOLO, the game is done. It is a draw. Really sums up how woeful the Wallabies are at this moment, says Kennekin.
And the one thing is you don't see usually 3 draws in a season.
That's right. Dwayne says Steve Rennie. It's Steve Rennie.
Steve Rennie, Steve Foster, Steve Rennie, Steve Ian Foster.
Oh, man.
Look at Hodge. I thought he would get this one.
Brutal. Oh, my God, again. Yeah. All right, guys.
And he missed it by quite a bit too. He had the length.
Bloody Reece. Yeah, it's time to go. Remember, there's still more international rugby on today. There's Georgia and Fiji. There's Wales and Scotland. And there's Ireland. Oh, it's Ireland, Scotland, and Wales and Italy. So there's more games on.
Look at Rennie.
Thank you for that, Liam. I'll make some notes on that about the times. But, yeah. Anyway, you guys all take care. And we'll see you for another one soon. All right, guys.
Yeah, see you later, guys.